My name is Maddie Lucas, and I chose to research Medgar Evans. The reason I picked him is because I read the fiction novel, The Help. The reason why I read The Help is because it was based on true things that happen in the American society. Medgar Evans was mentioned in this book. That's why I picked him.
We interrupt this baseball game with some breaking news.
This is Maddie Lucas reporting breaking news that is just in. Today is June 12th, 1963, and I'm sad to report that Medgar Evans has been shot and killed. The details are still trickling in, but I'm going to tell you what we know now. There is some devastating news that has rocked the African American community, that Medgar Evans was well known as a civil rights activist. In the early hours of just this morning, he was gunned down in his own driveway. Ironically, this occurred hours after President John F. Kennedy's speech on national television in supporting of the civil rights. Evans pulled into his driveway after returning from a meeting from the leaders of the NAACP, which stands for the National Association of the Advancements of Colored People. What we do know is that he was assassinated by a member of a group known as the Ku Klux Klan, who are very violent people who are against the civil rights movement. This is just terrible news for the African American community who looked to Medgar as their leader. We would take this time to look back at what great things he's done. On November 24th, 1954, Evans was appointed as the Mississippi's first field secretary for the NAACP. He is still, was, an African American civil rights activist from Mississippi. Next up, we're going to take a look back at what Medgar Evans has accomplished in his life. But now, a word from our sponsor.
Refresh yourself, enjoy yourself, be really refreshed with Coke. Refresh yourself, enjoy yourself, there's real refreshment in Coke. So cold and bright, so crisp and light, Coke brings a lively lift. You feel refreshed, you'll be refreshed, you'll work and play at your smartest best. So refresh yourself, enjoy yourself with ice cold Coca-Cola.
Enjoy Coca-Cola in regular king and family size.
Now we're back. Live breaking news on the assassination of Medgar Evans. Let's look back at his life. He was born on July 2nd, 1925 in Medgar, Mississippi. He was the third of 5 children. They worked on the farm and as a sawman in a sawmill. After the murder of several of his African American friends and family, he was determined to get the education he deserved. Knowing that what limited rights he had as an African American in the 50s, he would let no obstacle stand in his way. He walked 12 miles to school and back to earn his high school diploma. During high school, he ran track and played football. He even sang in the school choir. After high school, he went to college and got his diploma in business and in administration. Although he was very focused on his schooling, he did marry his classmate, Merle Basley, and had 3 children together, 2 boys and a girl. After the births of his children, he was drawn to the civil rights movement and helped start the movement. Evans was hired as a salesman for the Magnolia Mutual Life Insurance Company. Evans applied to the then segregated University of Mississippi Law School in February 1954. When his application was rejected, Evers filed a lawsuit against the university, and it started to get more accompanied with the NAACP campaigning to desegregate the school. The case was strengthened by the United States Supreme Court ruling Brown versus Board of Education in 1954. Because of his involvement in this high-profile case, Evers became appointed to be the first field secretary in Mississippi. He was also involved in the boycott campaign against the white merchants. Now we'd like to open up the phone lines to have your thoughts on what you want to remember Medgar Evers by. This is Maddie Lucas reporting live.